Okay, so just looking at, obviously you had a rough week last week, these first few days on the training ground this week, how have you seen the boys react?
Great response. I've seen a great response from the boys, a great understanding, and they were not happy, we were not happy, because that was a tough one, a little bit to swallow. You hope that we're looking forward to not happening again, but it was not the type of result we're hoping, being 2-0 up, right? But we know in football 2-0 is the worst result you can have. But again, the will and the effort to come back is good, but now we have to turn it into the will and effort to sustain and win those type of games.
When you've watched that game on Saturday back since then, is there anything else that you've taken away from that game?
No, it's the simple thing I tell you. Like we put ourselves into the trouble. It was not Birmingham. It was us being casual. It was us not being 100% focused, and then get off task. And I think that has to change. Too many times we're too much casual and individual errors where, we have to do better. It's no other way to look at it around. We have to do better because we only have 2 wins at home. It's not good enough.
Obviously, July 4th against Lexington wasn't the result you were looking for. What have you guys taken away from that game, and are you implementing anything into practice this week ahead of the game on Saturday?
You always implant things in practice to make the boys better, and again, we're going to take a lot from that game. I think we did well in that game, but again, football is about little moments, and I think that little moments is that moments where sometimes our focus, our lack of focus is what is costing us, and individual errors. And other than that, listen, we're very close with, and you see the standings are very close, but now we have to push on, right? There's 12 games left, 13 games left, we have to push on.
And looking at the table, it's so close. Does this game, I guess, what is the morale of the team? What are they feeling coming into this game? Do the stakes feel higher? Kind of looking at the table, maybe is it a must-win game?
Every day you breathe, the stakes are high because you don't know when your next breath is going to come from. So it's not about life and death, but it's about life and death in terms of what we do, right? It's jobs on the stakes. It's their jobs on the stakes. Everybody's jobs on the stakes. But the biggest thing is we know what we're capable of, and now we got to go on a stretch. Right? There's no more if, there's no buts. No, now we got to get the job done. Right? Enough talking and more actions.
We just spoke to Pierce. He said he'd never played at right back before. It's probably the only position he'd never played at before the weekend. We've had a few moments with that where you've kind of moved players around in different positions, the young guys into roles they haven't played in before. How do you approach that? What kind of process goes into getting?
Well, first of all, is the belief. And again, I don't like to make excuses, but when you have your players out, especially in the back line where we have to do more shifting than anything as we ever done this year, right? And calling out, Pop get a red card, So now you have to adapt and bring a new formation or a new type of play into the same. But the biggest thing is for me is that we know we can trust our players, and Riz is a very intelligent player who understands the game of football and who understands the job that he needs to do. That's why I was not worried. And he showcased it. Obviously, this is his first time playing, so there will be some little moments where here and there. But I'd rather live with that as a coach, because you want to see his progress, and he's shown his progress that he's, for the past 3 games that he's played for us, has been one of our best players. And he's an 18-year-old who never played a professional minute. So we are the type of club and type of coaches that, for me, age is not anything. And experience that people always talk about, you gain experience. Nobody's born with experience, you can't buy it. But you gain it through the work, through the understandings, through the little mistakes that you make, and he's going to get better next game. So I'm very proud of the job that he did for us as a deputy for Colin, so he got to keep going.
I think we saw also having Ryan in the middle a little bit more than we've ever really seen him do that in the past. What is it that you've seen in him that makes you think that he's the guy you want to be filling in as that kind of makeshift centre back?
Well, if you look at Ryan's profile, being a left footer, 6'2", can pass the ball, can also defend. And we know that we have left back also in Emmy, so that makes it sometimes easier, you know, to put him in. But with him, it's going to be a process. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, mainly because it's a new position. A new position takes time, especially a position that I've played it. You know, it's not the easiest position to play. It requires a lot of detailing, you know, and you guide him through the little details and the little moments, you know, and just let him grow, because the growing for him, the growing pains will be, right, does he get it right, does he get it wrong? And then it's about just guiding him, putting him in the platform where he can be successful. So far he's been very good there and giving us a lot of things. So we're just happy with what he's doing, and now it's just continue guiding him, building him.
Is there any timeline at this point for when you think Colin might be back in the squad?
Well, I think because we had a 5-week break, we didn't get to a short week between OC and Birmingham. Obviously, this week he gets a runway. Hopefully, he could maybe be on the bench, or time limit will be next week, most likely against Tampa.
When you look at the squad as a whole, injury-wise, any updates?
Well, everybody's back. JP is back. So, knock on wood. We haven't had many luck of those knocking on the wood, but slowly, everybody's getting healthier, and you know. So we're looking forward to be again a strong team where we can have selections.
Obviously, Alex leaving the club this week. Talk about the thought process that went into letting go.
Well, you know, sometimes you know, for a player and a coach, sometimes it just don't work out. And you know, Alex is somebody I know has the potential, and now maybe he needs to find himself and unleash that potential that he have. And sometimes, you know, the environment may not be the environment for the player. Maybe he needs a different environment. But no, we wish him the best of luck, and hopefully he can showcase his, you know, his potential elsewhere.
Obviously, with Margaret leaving as well, you spoke on the weekend about Bobby and Brandon going off and trying to look for a replacement, and ways to strengthen the squad. Is there any timeline on when you think you may have a replacement in place yet?
Yeah, you know, again, Bobby and Brandon are working diligent to bring us players that we know will fit into our culture, will fit into our environment, and I think maybe in a couple of days, in a couple of weeks, we will have in a week we'll have update on that.